Hey guys, welcome back to the Weekly Toast. Today, I'm feeling fucking sick. Oh no. Your old boy's sick. Big Brett, he's come down with a bit of a cold. No, it is not a yeast infection. I can see the comments already, but yes, I'm a little bit sick this video, but you can probably hear that. But yeah, just bear with me. I'll get through this. It's all good. Just a bit of a sinus thing. You know how it is. You know how it is. Anyway. Today we're going to be talking about two things. The first being, what's your opinion on people putting raw tomato slices on top of pizza as a topping? I actually think that if you have the raw tomatoes on top, it'd be actually a lot better. We talked about pineapple on pizza for the first episode of this thing. And, you know, pineapple on pizza, yeah, I already said what I need to say about that. We already know. We already know how I feel about pineapple on pizza. It's just not the best. It's against God. It's against God. Fuck it. It's against God. But tomato. Ooh, I think that was written in the Ten Commandments somewhere. I think it says that tomato on pizza. It's kind of good. It's kind of good. We like that. I was actually, because I was curious. I wanted to see some gourmet shit. I looked it up for the video. And oh my god, that is heaven for me. That is heaven for me. I'll tell you that much, boys. But today we're going to be talking about a topic that's very interesting. The question comes in from a viewer who is a little bit concerned about their weight, and they want to do something about it. They don't know how they're going to do that because they've lost a bit of motivation for it, but they'd like to do something about it. He says, "Hey, Wheat, I've been thinking lately about myself and my weight. I'm slightly overweight / at risk of being overweight, 24.9 BMI specifies, and entering high school. I'm worried about my image and my health. I find that I don't have any motivation or willpower to do the healthy thing. Do you have any input?" Now, first off, I did a little bit of research for this video. I decided that, it'd be better to do that than speak from a place of ignorance. But I definitely looked it up, and for the CDC, it says that 24.9 is the healthy, it's a healthy weight. It's probably the maximum healthy weight you can be before entering the overweight territory. But yeah, you are currently at a good weight. Yeah, you're at a healthy weight right now. There's nothing to worry about right now. But since you're talking about it, you're at least admitting that you're on a track to being overweight. So you already recognize there's an issue. It's just you need to do something about it, which is what this question's about. You want to know what to do. So kind of the first few things I would suggest, I've dealt with weight issues in the past, I'm still going through that kind of shit. Back when I was in high school, I was very scrawny, very, very skinny kid, not much going for me in the muscle department or the fat department, to be honest with you. It depends on whether or not this is an issue of like an underlying health issue. So if you can control it, that's really an important thing to know. So definitely, first things first, speak to a nutritionist or a doctor about it, because that's definitely a step in the right direction. But for me, I would personally, what helped me with my physical fitness and health was actually starting in a team sport. Now, I played soccer, junior league to senior league, for about 6 years now, and it's just so good because you know what it does? It helps you by making your fitness and your health dependent. Your teammates are dependent on your health and your fitness so that they can get the best performance during the games that they have. So you play a game, if you don't have a great endurance level, then it's going to show. You're going to pull down the team with you because you're not up at a standard, right? You're not winning those games because you're not physically capable of. And that doesn't happen overnight, which is why team sports will give you an excuse to push yourself in the right direction, right? It will literally move you towards an area of your life that is more healthy, more fit. You can eat carbs, but you're actively burning them off. And because you're still developing, you said you were going through high school, your body's still growing. It's still got a lot of growing to do. So it's whether or not you start early with that kind of stuff that really determines the path. But you said you're on that track of, you're eating maybe a lot, who knows. But you said you're going towards the overweight side, which is something that, you know, it's not the best thing to be, if we're being realistic. It's not healthy for you to be overweight. It lowers your life expectancy. That's just the reality of the situation. But I would definitely encourage a team sport to help you move yourself in that direction, you know? Now, a lot of people in the video, in the comments, will say, oh, we should just go to the gym. Why don't you go to the gym? If you're old enough, you should just go to the gym. I don't agree with that sentiment. I think fitness and, you know, getting built are two different things, I think. Being built is like, you know, vanity muscles, or just being able to have muscles, you know, being strong. There's that aspect of fitness. But if you're talking about endurance, physical fitness, not being overweight, that's where you can start doing 30 to 40 minute walks. You can start, you know, maybe just introducing small changes in your environment, because you lack the motivation. It's just not going to work. If you just start something on a whim, you know, you're going on walks. If you just do it every now and again, there's no routine, there's no discipline behind that. You're just doing it whenever you feel like it. You know what I mean? It's whenever you feel like it, and that's not going to make a change in your physical fitness. And if you're looking for motivation, the best way you can find it is in introducing discipline in your life, which, because you said you were going to high school, is great. If you introduce discipline early enough, you're going to be going really well in school, because you're already honing your brain in for the time of your life where you'll need discipline the most. A lot of kids your age will be on the Xbox every afternoon, you know, instead of doing homework. I know I did that a lot, but it's the kids that introduce the discipline early. You know, their parents encourage them or whatnot. It's the parents that encourage them. It's their self-encouragement, you know, to introduce some sort of discipline in their life. And I'm talking about small things. I'm not talking about, okay, you need to get into a regimen. You need to go into a routine. You know, you got the 8:30 start in the morning at school. You need to go home at 3. You need to work for 5 hours, and then you have food, and then you go to bed. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about make your bed. Making your bed is one of the best things you can do in winning small battles during the day. Because it's the small battles that matter, really. Like if you have, like I've talked about this in the last video, if you can win the small battles, it gives you so much more encouragement and motivation to keep moving and not lose the progress that you're making. Making your bed every morning is something small that you can do, something within your control, within your abilities, you know. If you're making your bed every morning, that is already a sign and a step in the right direction. It's basically changing your environment small steps at a time, small problems at a time, so that you can build confidence in yourself, getting motivation, pushing that car up the hill. That car, it slips sometimes, but you have more foundation, you have more discipline to stop that car from rolling down that hill, crushing you. You have to start all over again. The more you build up those steps, those small ones, the easier it's going to be later on down the track to tackle the hard ones. Trust me, it works. I've done it before. Doing those small things like making your bed, it gives you that small boost of confidence that you've done something today. Anyway, first speak to a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know shit about this stuff usually. You kind of just have to take most of my word with a grain of salt, but that's kind of how I see it. It's small battles, small bits of motivation that will push you in the right direction and lead you towards, you know, what you want. Anyway, that will be enough from me today, boys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.